Hello everybody. I know it's been a while. Had a lot of life going on since the last time I put anything up on the truck. But after 2 moves, finally got a house that has a good garage. I had a storage unit that I was using for a garage for a while. I thought it was going to work out. The problem was it didn't have good power. The power source in the storage unit was worthless. I could run some lights, run a little grinder or something, but anything more than that, it just pushed it past its limits. So we ended up finding another house. The house we moved into, we loved it. It wasn't, we knew it wasn't our forever home. It just had a little 2-car garage, not oversized at all. Couldn't really work out of it. That's why I got the storage unit. Then when the storage unit didn't work out, I was trying to find another option, and then this house just came to be. Couldn't pass it up. It was everything we ever wanted. It's got land. It's got 3-car garage. I just walked through the 2-car. That one's going to be for parking. This is the 1-car add-on garage. It's actually probably about the size of a 2-car garage. So I can actually work in it. But in all the process of moving and everything else, we still have the storage unit, not full, but pretty full up with all my tools and stuff. Not all of my tools. I have some here, but a lot of my tools, and a lot of stuff that really we probably are just going to get rid of. Don't really need it. But I did get the truck here. So there's the truck. Bicycles are in the way. In the process of still kind of figuring out where everything goes. But this for right now is home base for the truck. This property that we got, we have the main house which we live in, and then we have we call it a mother-in-law suite or a garage apartment. We're going to Airbnb that. Right now we have short-term renters in it, and it's right through that door right there. So that door is locked off, but there's basically on the main level, there's a 1-bedroom apartment, full apartment with a kitchen, bedroom, laundry room, full bath, living room. And then there's an upstairs. The upstairs has 1 bedroom, another like living space, and a full bathroom up there. What we're going to eventually do is block that off. That's going to be where my personal office is. Probably an office for Carrie up there too. And we're just going to Airbnb the downstairs. Can't show you any of that. I have tenants in there right now, but that's what that is. I don't have a whole lot of space up front, but I have plenty of room to get all around the truck. I won't be able to put toolboxes on this wall or anything, but my plan is to pegboard the top so I can hang tools up at the top and still have room to walk through. Just this last 2 weekends, we've spent cleaning the garage out. The only light we had in here was we had one fluorescent light here, one here, and then these little bulbs here and here. I've since done away with all those. None of those are on right now, and hung all these. I think I've shown them in other videos, possibly not, but these are just LED lights that you get off of Amazon. You get a dozen of them for like $100. This is the box. There's still a few left in here. I'll end up probably hanging those over the pegboard. But that's what I've done in here to lighten the place up. The people that used to live in the house had left a lot of wood and scrap and stuff. It's all up in the rafters. I eventually am going to clean all that out, but I'm not really worried about that right now. The rafters are just there basically to support the garage door opener. This addition garage was built kind of pole barn style, so I don't think we really need any of these. I think they're just there to hold the garage door opener. That being said, I can't really use them to support anything or do anything like that, but that's where we are. So anyways, tire's gonna go to trash. This is all stuff I'm gonna use to help finish out the walls. I plan on insulating and putting an air conditioning unit in here. But yeah, here's the truck. Might look a little different than last time you saw it, but in all its glory, with all the rot and rust. Brody helped me while we had it in the storage unit shop. Brody helped me get the cab cut loose. So the cab is cut loose off of the frame, but I'm right now trying to figure out how I'm going to get that removed. because I am going to have to back half this frame. I'll show you here. So initially the thought was fix the rust. There's a little bit of rust through the frame here. I bought some plating, was going to cut that all out and fix the rust. But the more I looked at it, I've got more rust back here. Both rails are rusted out. You can see over there. Both rails are rusted out. This cross member's rusted out. What I've decided to do is back half that frame. I'm going to cut this whole section off. Everything in front of the back of the cab is solid. Everything behind the back of the cab is hit or miss, but it's trash. It's not worth keeping. My plan is to air ride. If I air ride, I'm gonna have to notch the frame anyways. So I'm gonna cut, 14, 16 inches out of the center of the frame anyways, and then hang these half there, half rusted out rails off the back. Doesn't make sense. So I've purchased 2x5, I believe is what I bought, square tubing. The plan is to make both frame rails from scratch, build in the step notch. I bought a rear end out of a 2005 Chevy Colorado. Reason being, I wanted to keep it 6-lug. I want to run transport wheels if possible. If I can't find transport wheels, I'll buy something similar, which you can get in a 6-lug. But I just think the transport wheels is cool. I want to try and keep everything as simple as possible. I'm going to be doing a Mustang 2 front cross member under here. There's bolt-in kits, weld-in kits. They're dirt cheap. I think for like $400 I can get the cross member and everything that's made for this truck. Everything's measured for it. Everything's ready for it. All you got to do is measure out where to put it and pop it in there. There's no guesswork. There's no nothing. It's made for this frame. So that's my plan for the front end. And then I can get 6-lug hubs for the Mustang 2. So I know it's an option I can use. It also opens me up to a little more options for wheels later down the road if I want to swap out. Also, I don't have to worry about trying to find more wheels to mock up. The wheels that I've got on here, this tire's kind of flat, but these are off of I think like a Cat Eye Chevy. I bought them off a dude on Facebook for $100. 4 sets, a full set of 4 wheels with tires, rotted out tires. But when I measured them out, I want to put 20 inch. The transport wheels are 22 inch. They got a little bitty rubber band tire. I found a set, a guy online that did those wheels with a little bit taller tire, and I liked the way it looked. So that was pretty similar to these. I'm about a ½ inch taller on these than what he's running on his truck. So I'm going to be well within where I want to be on it. I'm going to be doing 4-link on the rear end. So with the 4-link, I'll be able to do a little bit of adjustment with my pinion angle if I do end up going with a different size wheel and tire combo. But for right now, these are what I'm mocking up off of. I'm going to use these wheels to mock everything up, tack everything in, get it sitting where I want it. Basically build the height of the truck off of this size of this size of tire, basically overall height. So the next thing that's coming is I got to figure out how to get that cab off. Once I get the cab off, I'll probably use the other garage to store the cab, keep it out of the way. And then the frame, all the leaf springs on the front and rear. These trucks are leaf springs in the front, if you didn't catch that. They are leaf spring with a solid axle on the front. Those will come out, rear leaf springs will come out. All the suspension components are going to come off of this frame. It's going to be bare frame sitting on those jack stands. I will figure out a way to get it level, since I am dealing with, it'll probably be straddling that split in the floor. Concrete floors are never level. We know that. Everybody knows that. Being that it's 2 floors, it's definitely not going to be level. I can see this one's probably a 1/4 inch higher than this side. So is what it is. I'll get it level with the jack stands, sit pieces of plywood under them, whatever I got to do to get it level. It doesn't have to support a lot of weight. That frame's going to be pretty light. But the plan is to get the frame on jack stands leveled, weld in supports to keep the frame level while I chop that back half off, put the other rear end underneath it with the wheels and tires on it, aired up of course, and then build my back half of my frame by hand. I'm gonna do it all with basic tools for now. I do have a 110 welder that I've got running right now. This is gonna be good for tacking everything up. Final welds will be done with this welder I've got over here. So this welder is a 220 welder. I know it doesn't look good right now, but the shop that I'm at right now is remodeling. We're building a new shop. This is the old welder they just had shoved back in a corner. They said, get rid of it. I asked them if I could have it. They said, it doesn't work. You can have it if you can get it working, great. Went through it, figured out everything that I can find wrong with it at the time. There's a couple little resistors that are blown out. There's a, I want to call it a rheostat, but that should be a knob right there. That little round thing should have a knob sticking out of it, and that's broken, so I need to replace that. Everything's in the cart on Amazon. It's got a good torch. It's got a good liner. I'm sorry, I'm replacing a liner. All of the wire that was in it was rusted out, so rather than take a chance, I'm just going to replace the torch liner. Other than that, that should be good to go. I've got 220 wired up back here. So I've got a 220 plug right there, which is live. I have tested. I also have a 220 plug back here somewhere, which is also live. Oh, I don't know where it went, but it's back here. It is also live. I have tested it. So I've got plenty of 220, one for the compressor, which is going to be that one for the welder, which will be the one over there that we were just looking at. I've got an extension cord for 220, but for right now, the 110 will do everything I need, all the tacking and everything I need to do. So that's the plan. Hopefully be making more videos in the near future. As I go, I wish I would have taken pictures and video of the garage before. It wasn't terrible, but there was a lot of junk everywhere. Literally took us 2 weekends to get all the trash out. 2 weekends and 2 van loads of trash to the dump. And I think we're pretty close to there. A few more things need to go and a few new things need to come in. Also, that air conditioning unit is gonna be mounted in this wall somewhere. We've got the AC running in that room, and this garage with that AC running in that room is probably 15 degrees cooler than the 2-car over here. 15 degrees is probably being a little overzealous, but it's definitely cooler. Over here, sweating immediately. Over there, not bad at all. So anyways, it's Monday morning. I realized last night when I was editing the video that I did this weekend that I didn't do an outro. So this is the outro. I'm at work today, my day job. I'm a body shop manager, Santa Ana Body Shop in Houston. I'm at the Jones location. If y'all are in Houston, need body work done, come and see me. I'll be happy to help out. Just wanted to end the video, say that I'll be doing videos as often as I can. Whenever I work on the truck, I'll try and get something posted up on it. I know it's kind of hit or miss. I don't have a plan of doing something like every week like a lot of people do, but whenever I can, I'll put it on, so make sure you get notifications set up so you know when I'm posting videos. And yeah, that's it. Come along for the ride. I think it'll be fun. That being said, thank the veteran. Freedom isn't free. Have a great week.